Okay, you guys, so let's check out that. A couple things I'm going to do with you guys today is deal with the actual lighting that you're going to do this week, and set up just the 3-point lighting. All right, you guys, with you. And also, I want to deal with the rendering options, so you can see the different quality. That's mainly the question that came back all week, is the quality of the rendering, on the options. So I'll go through that. Okay, one thing is very important, that you need to always set up your project file. Okay, this is a question that came back also. Where do I send my rendering and so forth? You want to make sure you go to project, and when you create a new project, you can do it new right here. You give it the proper path where you want and the name of the project. Okay, like that. No error like that. Okay, and every file is gonna go into it. Okay, that's very important. Okay, if it's not done this way, you can always go back to the project and do edit current or set your project folder to any folder you want. All right. Okay, now as soon as we say that, now the 3-point lighting, that's some of the things you're going to deal with this week. You have all the information about the light and everything in the actual lecture. So the lights can be found right here. Okay. You have the ambient light, directional light, point light, spotlight, area light, and volume light. Okay, all those, obviously get away from the ambient light, okay, unless you're in space or something like that, and still even. Okay, now let's do just a spotlight. Okay, you guys, right now let's create one spotlight right here in the middle. Okay, and let's move it back, and let's say the camera would be right here. Okay, so we're gonna move that as our main spot right here. Okay, and we can see, let me see if I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay, let's rotate now. Actually, let's keep it like that for now. Let's see what we got. All right. Okay. Look through selected so you can see what the heck you're doing and you can adjust properly. Okay, this is a good trick, let me tell you that, to adjust your light. Okay, and now you can adjust a lot of things on the light itself, parameters. Okay, you can change the colors, which I would advise you guys to always do that and not have a white light. Okay, white light is not really cool. Let's put it blue for now. Okay. By the way, the character is the low polygon of the Power Player that Emmett, my lead character artist, has done for us, for our game. Okay, you guys. Now you can change the type of light right here if you want to on the fly. I wouldn't advise you to do that. You can change the intensity of your light. All right, so let's look at it. Okay, really strong right here. The mesh has no shader, that's what happened, so let's give him a shader. Alright, let's right click, say assign new material, and give him just a font. There you go. Alright, very, very, very strong, obviously. So let's move away from that, put a little bit bigger on that one, and let's go back to the light, obviously. So window, go back to the outliner right here, and in the outliner you can select your outliner. I'll show you all the information in your file, basically in your scene actually. So now it's go back to 1 in the intensity, and let's do a little render of that. That looks pretty good now. Okay, now we don't want to be looking through that anymore, so because we've done that. So let's go back to perspective and camera 1 shape. Actually no, we want perspective right here. Okay, so like that we can see our scene. Let's say like that. Okay, that's gonna be the main light. Okay, now let's do a side light, and basically let's take that one, Shift D it, so Shift and D on your keyboard, which duplicate that and move it on the side. Now again, in the panel, look through it so you can adjust properly. Okay. And let's go back to the perspective. Alright, and let's look at what we got. Okay, now we don't have any shadows yet. Let's go back to our outliner. Okay, and go to spot 1, and it's in the options spot 1. You are gonna go to shadows right here. Okay, and use depth shadow right there. Okay, let's do a little render. Good. Okay, one thing that can be done, you guys, first of all, let me move that plate backward so we can have way. Let me see the shadow again. Right there. Okay. Now, one thing we can do is, if you go right here, the IPR is the place that you can actually just select a piece of it, for example, like that, and every time you just re-render that piece, and it automatically, if you do anything, let me see that. Let's say we change the color of the material editor. Right here. It should update itself. Hold on, my graphic card maybe. There you go, that's what happened. So now anything I do right here, let's say with the light, so let me go into the light setup. Sometimes because of Camtasia, the software I use to record you guys, it gets hard to do anything. And so if I go back there and I change the color, for example, I'll make it smaller right here. To a blue, look, it's changing my color, you know what I'm saying, of the rendering, updating in real time. It's very useful. It will not update if you change the mesh, okay, so be careful with that. It's not a mesh changes situation type of things. Or if I move it, you see right here, that's not going to do anything, then I have to re-render it, okay. That's very important to understand that. But as soon as I'm done with that, and I do right here, I can do some changes on a lot of things that has to do with mainly colors. So it does it for basically it does it for the lighting system. So it's very useful to set up your 3-point lighting. Okay, which we're not done yet. Okay, we'll keep looking at it. Okay, now we have 2 lights. We need to get another light. 3-point lightings. You have the main key, and actually that one might not be too much enough to the side. Enough. I mean, I like that better. Render that. Yeah, it's too strong on the feel. Right here. I'm going to go back to 0.5 on that one. Let's see that. That's better. Okay. Now hold on. Now we need to put the one in the back.